Carnivore and raw milk. Let's talk about it. Raw milk is a big topic of discussion in the carnivore community. With most people, unbelievable to me, believe that raw milk is not carnivore. I, on the other hand, believe raw milk is as carnivore as your chicken eggs. Raw milk is carnivore. It's a byproduct of the animal. And just like chicken eggs are the byproduct of chicken or my favorite ducks, but they're not the animal itself. So I don't think you'll hear not one carnivore saying chicken eggs, duck eggs, goose eggs, ostrich eggs are not carnivore. But yet and still, y'all are going to argue that raw dairy is not carnivore. It is. Now, whether you have an aversion to it, you're lactose intolerant, you're sensitive, that's different. You know my philosophy, if it hurts your body, if it's not profitable, don't consume it. But just because you're lactose intolerant does not make it not carnivore. So carnivorians, there are so many benefits to you consuming raw dairy. And it's full of vitamins, B vitamins, B12, B2, vitamin A. It contains calcium and phosphorus. It contains vitamin D. It contains zinc and some other nutrients. Raw sheep milk, which is what I'm talking about today because that's my favorite in this season. And no, I don't drink raw milk, but I do use it to ferment. I make my own yogurt, my own cottage cheese, my own cream cheese. I make my own raw milk kefir, just like early humans did. All right, but anywho, nutrient dense. Raw sheep milk contains enzymes. It is naturally pre, pro, and postbiotic. Raw milk naturally ferments. All you have to do is take your raw milk, and raw means not pasteurized. No heat has touched it. It's in its 100% natural state, meaning it came right from the teat of an animal and packaged. That's it. Pre, pro, and postbiotic, it contains enzymes. It naturally ferments. Put your raw sheep milk, goat milk, cow milk, buffalo milk, whatever kind of milk you drink, in a glass container, cover it with a coffee filter or cheesecloth. Let it sit on the counter for a couple days. Depending on how long you culture or ferment it, you will get a different product. So when you hear people say cottage cheese is not carnivore, they're not talking about raw milk cottage cheese. They're talking about something that you get prepackaged with all kinds of stuff in it, which is not carnivore. I agree. But raw milk is carnivore, and the products that you make from raw milk, single ingredient, are carnivore as well. And guess what? I'm willing to go toe-to-toe with you on that point. But anyway, let's continue. So besides the enzymes of lactase and lipase, it contains antibacterial properties. The enzymes can help aid in digestion. They contain pre, pro, and postbiotics, which are good for gut health and promoting good growth and activity for beneficial bacteria in your gut, which can lead to a healthier gut microbiome. Raw sheep milk contains LAB, which is lactic acid bacteria. That's considered beneficial probiotics. Now I'm going to chop up these names, but bear with me. Scientific probiotic strains like Lactococcus lactis and Leucanstock lactis have been identified in sheep milk and have shown the potential to be both pro and postbiotics. They just have great properties to help in the gastrointestinal tract, gut health, and help promote immune system support. And like I said, it naturally ferments. Due to the presence of microorganisms in the milk and the air. That's why you cover it with a coffee filter or cheesecloth so that it can breathe. Okay, now you're worried about the sugar. I know y'all are worried about the sugar, but you're not worried about the artificial flavors and colorings that you get in your element electrolytes. So y'all worry about some of the wrong things. When you're talking about the natural sugars in milk, you don't want milk with natural sugars. I get it. Carnivore, it's no sugar. But if you ferment it, the sugar gets turned into lactic acid, the majority of it, depending on how long you ferment it. So it could be beneficial. And the benefits could outweigh or should outweigh that little bit of sugar that you're going to get once in a while. But anyway, raw sheep milk contains a diverse population of bacteria, yeast, and other microbes. So they thrive in it. Now, this is my experiment. This is what I do all the time. This is why I'm willing to go toe-to-toe with y'all on this raw milk being carnivore. Now, raw sheep milk is the milk of choice that I use in this season. And I always say that you can put raw milk in a glass container, cover it with a coffee filter or cheesecloth for days on your counter, and it will ferment and turn into something, right? It will turn into something else. So let me show you what I did. I am making raw sheep milk cottage cheese. And this is what we're looking at. Right? So raw sheep milk cottage cheese, August 5th, 2025. This has been sitting on the top of my refrigerator for 6 days. Today's the 11th of August. And you see all this goodness in here, all of this liquid gold. This is natural whey. There's nothing in here but raw sheep milk. That is it. It has no kefir grains. It has nothing. It's zero additives in here. And look at the magic. I don't like to use the word magic because I don't believe in magic, but that's the closest thing I can think of for this. The curds, like little Miss Muffet sat on the tuffet eating her curds and whey. The curds are going to separate and the whey should come to the bottom. The whey is what people are looking for when they buy whey protein powder. Why not get it from your raw milk? Look how beautiful this is. So let me tell you a little bit about the whey, the byproduct of the whey that you're going to naturally get from the raw milk. Okay, whey. And this is whey specific. Whey from raw milk typically has some of the same characteristics. I'm saying that wrong. But anyway, I'm talking about raw sheep milk. Digestibility, the fermentation breaks down the lactose and complex proteins, potentially making it easier to digest. Fermentation may improve the bioavailability of amino acids, enhancing their absorption and utilization. It can also generate bioactive peptides that facilitate better uptake and probiotics, which improve health, gut health. Cultured raw sheep milk whey contains probiotics, immune system support. Guess what, y'all? This raw sheep milk whey contains BCAAs. I hear that talked about in the bodybuilding community, which help boost the immune system and increase antibody production, muscle development and recovery. It has anti-inflammatory properties, antioxidant effects. It has bioactive peptides and compounds, blood pressure regulation, anti-diabetic potentially, bone health with the concentration of calcium and phosphorus, reduce allergies and sensitivities. Now let me tell you, whenever you ferment anything, including raw milk, the benefits heighten, right? So whatever's in this raw milk gets increased based on the fermentation. You want to do raw milk. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this back on the top of my refrigerator for a day or two, and then I'm going to refrigerate it, drain off the whey, and then I'm going to call this cottage cheese, and I'm going to call it carnivore. So that's it. Like, comment, follow, and share. Do you drink raw milk? Let's discuss the benefits, because y'all are missing out. Y'all are missing out. That's all I can tell you. I'm trying to upgrade y'all. I'm trying to upgrade your nutrients. Let me upgrade you. That's it. Like, comment, follow, and share. I'm going to go put the top back on this, the coffee filter.